Have you ever wondered why everything you've tried never worked? You've read the books, everyone's telling you to change this behavior, to do that, to think this way, to be more positive. It doesn't work. You've done the coaching, doesn't work. You've watched the videos on YouTube, you've tried the positive thinking, nothing works. Then you went external, got the money, got the cars, maybe you even got some hot girls or whatever it is that you thought was going to make you happy, and it never did. You still felt like you're not enough. You still felt like unconsciously you had to be more to be accepted, loved, validated, whatever it was. And deep down, it's just this feeling of I'm not enough and I'm not valued. Well, in this video, I'm going to show you why that is, why nothing you've ever tried really worked, and what you can do about it to actually change it. Now, the biggest mistake most people have is they're trying to fix things on the surface level. So this is where I spent most of my time. I was reading books on, like communicating, conversating. I would go to a mall literally 5 days a week, force myself to talk to 5 women before I was able to go home. And I did this for months and months at a time. I would talk to random strangers. I would clean up my clothes, make sure I got my hair cut. I would work. I would have money. And it was never enough. The conversations weren't going the way I wanted to. I always felt like I was chasing. I always felt like I was doing something. I needed to do something. I needed to be more. I needed to act in a certain way for people to approve of me, validate, like me, whatever it was. This also affected my income, obviously my relationships like we just talked about, and also my health because I wasn't able to focus on my health. And obviously just self-respect, of course. So then I got to a certain point where I was like, I can't do this on my own. So then I tried coaching. That didn't work. Then I tried other coaching. That didn't work. Then I tried therapy. That didn't work. And then I tried multiple therapists. That didn't work. I tried reading the top books in the space. Nothing was working. Then I got to a breaking point and I was like, I think I'm messed up. I think I'm broken. I don't think there's really anything I can do at this point. Like, I just got to accept my fate. Just feeling like this deep sense of not enough, worthlessness, and I need to just chase the external to prove myself. Then I crossed path with a mentor who, what he explained to me was that everything is from the identity. So like probably you, if you're watching this video, you try changing everything from the surface level. And you're wondering, why aren't I changing? When is it enough going to be enough? But ultimately the issue is when we're doing things on the external, it's just like putting a band-aid over an infection. If you don't actually treat the infection, which is the identity and the belief that's at the root of it, nothing will change. You might remedy it, you might feel good, you might optimize that paradigm, but at the end of the day, you're still operating from that negative belief and identity. And once I started going down this path, my whole entire life changed. My ability to communicate went through the roof. My ability to earn money went through the roof. The way I seen myself affected the way I interacted with the world. It affected the words I said. My body language, which as we know is a majority of your communication. It affected my thoughts. I was no longer my enemy. I was no longer having these stressful, self-attacking, this inner war trying to optimize what the best thing to say is, or trying to make myself perfect so other people can finally accept me. All that was gone. Things started to unroll easily and work. I was able to communicate better with my clients. I was getting referrals like crazy. My clients were telling me thank you. They were over the moon. Whereas before, it wasn't like that. I felt like I was pulling teeth. I was fighting. I was going to war, trying to force it. Now things start to ravel like very easily, especially compared to before. And why? It's because everything changed from the identity. Now, the mistake that most people make is they try and change their identity through affirmations. I am this, I am that, I can do this, I can do that. But what they're unconsciously running is the opposite of that. So the person that has to go in the mirror and scream, I'm enough, I'm valued, I'm wanted, this person only has to do that because unconsciously they don't feel like they're those things that they're trying to convince themselves of. And the reason why people struggle so much is because they're not targeting that root. And in order to target that root, you have to negate it, right? So these affirmations are stacking on top of it, which is not the proper solution. You have to actually negate it. For example, a big one for people is they don't think they're enough. So what you need to do is dissolve that programming of I'm not enough. You need to see exactly where that's coming from. Extrapolate the memory and the emotion that's attached to it. And then bring it up, face it, and dissolve it. And then what happens as a consequence of deleting that negative identity? All of a sudden, I'm enough rises up. And you're not trying to force it. It's just naturally. It's like it was there the whole time. And then everything starts to just roll away that's attached to that belief system. And then all of a sudden you start showing up in the world like you are enough. And then funny enough, people start to treat you that way and the world starts to respond that way. And that's how, when people talk about things naturally unravel and things just happen, this is what they mean. It's the shift in identity, the world will respond to it. Now there's dozens of these unconscious programs that need to get removed. A lot of them are around relationships, money, self-criticism and being confident, self-rejection, abandonment, which makes you fear rejection and abandonment. And that fear creates you to make behaviors that are more likely to get you rejected and abandoned. So it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy that needs to be dissolved. So once I dissolved this for myself, I realized I worked so hard and looked for so much, and very little people have this knowledge. And people are spending all this money, wasting all this money on coaching, this, that, and they're getting very little return on investment. I know because I was one of those people. So then in the beginning, I started trying it out on some of my friends. And these guys are having massive releases. Some of them are crying, some of them shaking. Some of them were like, oh, interesting. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Behavior shifts like crazy. Their life shifts. A few weeks later, they told me how much their life changed just having a 15-20 second conversation by dissolving these unconscious mechanisms. So then I thought, maybe I can help other people. And so here we are today. Now, this is not something that is for the weak-hearted and the weak-minded. This is for the person that is extremely and seriously committed to creating change in their life. Because we're going to hit the deepest root of your subconscious program. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it whatsoever. This is very much a filtering process right now. If this is too much, please, this is not for you. But if you're that person that is committed, that will do whatever it takes. And that's the thing. Whatever it takes is what you need to break through this. And luckily for me, I've done it enough. I'm going to make it pretty easy, but it's going to take commitment to actually face these demons. So if that's something that you're willing to do, it's a little bit triggering and it can be scary at times, but the reward on the other end is infinitely better. And the stress, the freedom, or the lack of freedom, the anxiety, all these things start to lose their grip on you, and you can actually start to experience life. Now, if you're someone who's willing to invest and ready to get this taken care of and get your life cleaned up, go ahead, sign up for a discovery call. We'll have a conversation, see if you're a good fit, and if you are, we'll move forward and help you dissolve these unconscious programmings, beliefs, completely shift your identity so you can completely shift your reality and get rid of these problems that's been plaguing you all of your life and you've been investing so much time and money just to simply get rid of. So hopefully I'll see you soon.